1956 is the last time that Plymouth beat Liverpool FC. And today, I have a lot of things that I want to really kind of go over and contemplate. I don't think this is a youth problem. In the beginning of the match, I was like, man, our youth academy maybe isn't what I thought it was. But this isn't good in terms of the senior players, our second team, our fringe players. And I know a lot of people are making excuses that Slot maybe didn't make the right team selection and that these guys are struggling for playtime and things like that. But I think these senior players have to do more. There are 9 names on this list that I'll read out later in this video that were involved in this match. And you're looking at these 9 names and you're saying they are beating Plymouth Argyle and handily, probably by 3 and 4 and maybe 5 goals. And if you're saying that these guys are not players that can take care of an assignment like this while the first team gets some rest before a very crucial Everton game midweek that could be a decider for our title, they do not belong at the club. It's that simple. I don't think this is Arne Slot's issue. I don't think this is a bad decision by Arne Slot. This isn't Arne Slot being thick. This isn't Arne Slot having a huge ego or throwing the FA Cup away. That isn't what's happening right now. What's happening right now is Arne Slot is trying to trust his second team of players that have played at the very highest level, every single one of these players on this pitch, barring a handful of them, mind you. A lot of people will say, oh, it's the Youth Academy's fault. No. We're going to go into some of these names. These players have played in the highest competitions, in Copa Americas, in European Cups, all of those things, and they go crashing out against Plymouth. So I'm not taking any Arne Slot slander on this video, guys. It's not his fault on this one, and I'm going to go into why. But Liverpool's quadruple hunt pretty much comes to an end as soon as it starts. And I think there's a lot to look into, and I think there's also a lot to not really look too heavily into. And I don't think we need to start ringing the alarm bells and panicking or anything like that. This is not the team that's going to be playing midweek, and this is not the team that has been playing over the past that played against Tottenham even, right? This is not the same exact team. So don't freak out over this. While you guys are leaving some of the comments down below, make sure you guys share this video out if you loved it, and tell us where you're watching from. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of spirited conversations down there below. Tell me who your guys' man of the match was while you're down there. I picked the ball, on some Mikel Arteta stuff, but credit to Plymouth. Well-played match on their end. They defended really well, but Liverpool didn't play very well, let's be honest, and it was a bad game for the majority of the part. But Plymouth will be extremely happy with this result. For Liverpool to be the second team that they've beat in 3 months, guys, 3 months, Liverpool will be the second team that they've ever beat. They've only had 1 win in the past 3 months. If I'm Arne Slot, I'm thinking that the second team should be able to handle this assignment. I should need to go get Mohamed Salah and VVD to handle Plymouth. I shouldn't need to, right? So a lot of people are saying Slot got the team selection wrong. No, he didn't. Because if you're a manager and you have Everton midweek, who's on a resurgence, who have David Moyes back, who are going to play a low block, it's going to be ugly, it's going to be physical, it's away from home, you're going to probably rotate that team. Don't tell me you're not rotating that team. And you're allowing, let's look at these names that Liverpool had at their disposal. Because I know a lot of people are saying it wasn't a good side. Elliott, Chiesa, Jota, Diaz, Endo, Callagher, Tsimikas, Kwanzaa, and Darwin Núñez. Only 3 of the players that were on the pitch were academy players. If you can call McConnell an academy player anymore, he's won a Carabao Cup, right? So McConnell, Mabaya, who came on and then came off, Doherty, who came on really late, and Trey and Yoni were the only academy players that played tonight. The rest of them are senior players and have experience at the highest level and have won competitions and played in Copa Americas and are big players for us. Jota is a big player for us. Diaz is a big player for us. Elliott is supposed to be a prodigal player for us. Don't get it twisted. Slot played a strong side tonight. This side didn't show up. And it's just that simple. But if you're Liverpool, you want those 9 names that I just mentioned, plus McConnell, I'll throw McConnell in that mix, those 10 names that I just mentioned to run this team over. The goalkeeper can't have more shots than everybody else on the field. That's a disgrace. And I don't know. I'm at a loss of words for some of the fans that I'm seeing that are blaming Slot for this performance. I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around it, and especially in the circumstance. And I know Manchester City, they played a pretty strong side outside of Haaland, but Man City have one trophy to play for. Man City aren't competing for the Premier League title, in the Champions League, and in a Carabao Cup final. Let's get that very, very clear. The FA Cup is probably the only realistic cup competition that Pep has to win. Of course, Pep is going to field a strong side. Why would you not? If you're Pep Guardiola. Realistically, the FA Cup is the only one that they're probably going to win. They're playing Real Madrid in the Champions League. Come on, guys. We can't be comparing ourselves to Pep Guardiola's side and how strong. And they even needed Haaland to come on and rescue them from that match. And like I've said over and over and over on this channel, there is no gimme in any games. Nothing is a nothing game for Liverpool. The players didn't show up. And sure, our midfield was young and inexperienced and didn't progress the ball well to the attacking players. But when the attacking players got the chance to actually make a difference, they did nothing with the ball. They did nothing with the ball. They didn't do anything pretty much until the 90th minute for this. And I know there's a lot of rumors swirling around about our summer that we could potentially be having, that Slot's not happy with Jota, Slot's not happy with Diaz. That may very well be true. This may be one of the last times we see all 9 of these players on the pitch together. There may be a fire sale that happens at Liverpool. And I think Slot believes that the quality needs to go up, not only from the second team, but also from the academy. Our youth academy needs some work. Our second string needs more improvement, which is very surprising given how well they play off the bench. Coming off the bench in bigger games, these players, I've seen them play much better than this. I've seen Elliott play much better than this. I've seen Chiesa play at top levels coming off the bench, playing against Chelsea or playing against Manchester United or playing against City. I've seen these players put in a good shift. So those saying that Jones should have played, he should have started from the beginning. Maybe not. Maybe Slot's thinking, I don't need to risk having Jones out there. I don't need to risk having Salah out there. I don't need to risk putting Gakpo out there. Callagher is a fantastic goalkeeper who deputized for Alisson from the majority of last season. He should be able to handle that. Endo is the guy everyone's been calling for me to play more. I'm putting Endo out there. Gerald Kwanzaa was VVD's partner for the majority of last season and was top class. Tsimikas has been on his game this season. Chiesa was lively versus PSV and looked good against Accrington Stanley. Diaz has been on fire this season. Nunez looked good last match. Elliott is a prodigy. Like, come on, y'all. Like, what? He should be able to trust his own players, guys. Slot should be able to trust his second team. He should be able to do that as a manager and not come under fire for it. But he will, because he's the manager and he will take responsibility for it. He won't blame these players. But I'm not the manager, so I'm going to blame the players. The players have to do much, much better. They have to do much, much better. Given opportunities, and this is another one, just like I said with the PSV game, where if you are a fringe or a youth player, you want to show up in this match. And Slot learned his lesson from the PSV game, or attempted to at least, because he played less youth players, more senior players, and do not be confused by what everyone's saying on social media. These are senior players. These are players that you're calling for to come off the bench in crunch time. You're saying put Diaz on, put Nunez on, we need Jota back. Why isn't Elliott getting more minutes? Why isn't Endo getting more minutes? These are players that we all are calling for to play more minutes over Szoboszlai and Gakpo, right? And give Ryan Gravenberch a rest and rotate him. Do not get it twisted. In a vacuum, sure. But when we're looking at the entire season and how it's planned out and what we've been requesting as fans, Slot is giving us exactly what we requested. Minutes for players that we believed deserved it. And now we've had 180 minutes with the PSV game and the Plymouth game, not to mention the Accrington game, to let you guys know and show to you that maybe some of these players that we really want to see and we really want to get behind are not at Liverpool level. And that's just the hard truth. Arne Slot competing for a quad in his first ever season is low-key crazy. We're kind of spoiled. We are spoiled as Liverpool fans to be disappointed to still be in all three cup competitions in a final, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, where we could go really far in and still be disappointed that we're getting knocked out of the FA Cup. And I know it's different situations and different levels and things like that, but let's look at the facts. It's not the end of the world. We're going to be okay, and we're still the best team in the world right now. So you guys just have a great day today. Don't let it get you down too much. And just remember what we have already accomplished this season as a team, as a unit, in Arne Slot's first ever season is absolutely insane. And expect Arne Slot to learn from this. And I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe it is Arne's fault, right? But expect him to learn from this in the summer and be ruthless. He's going to learn from it and to show how he's learned from it by being ruthless and moving players on that he feels is not at Liverpool level. I repeat, no one is off limits this summer. But don't take this thing and run it all the way into the rest of the season. Slot does a really good job of isolating these types of things. And the very next game, we play at our very best. So expect a good result against Everton. Keep in mind, this is only the third loss of the entire season, okay? And this is not the same team that played against Tottenham and that will play against Everton. Don't ring the alarms. But I do want to bring up the fact, and like I have been this entire video, the second team quality has to get better and the youth system has to get better. And expect it to get better this summer. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are below. What's your predictions for Everton this weekend? Appreciate you all. And I will see you guys on the next one. Seriously, it's not that bad. It's not that intense. Enjoy your weekend. Don't let this ruin your weekend, guys. Appreciate all of you guys for continuing to support the channel. Love you all. Even when we have our differences. If you disagree with me, please let me know down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you. The last thing that I want is for my voice to be the only one that's heard. If you think Slot got it wrong, come with facts, come with your opinion even. And tell us what you think, man. I'm totally open to all of that thing. I may be wrong. I probably am. But let me know what you guys think down below. Love you all. Appreciate you. And don't forget to join the Discord. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.